And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for us to get going. If you want more lore,
Oh, you again. I hope you've brought plenty of souls.
you would like more lore for the game, make sure to sit there and talk to people, NPCs that you haven't talked to in a little bit. I haven't gone anywhere, but if you keep talking to them,
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave. What a waste of time. Go.
there you also see that he has different dialogue if you don't buy something from him. So, yeah. Here we're actually going to charge in because I have the Stoke. And although this is not necessarily like the best weapon to charge in with, I just love the running dash as a double stab. Or the dash attack with it is a double stab. So it's a lot of fun. Up here there's a few items that you can get, and not everybody goes this way. Normally people go down to the vendor and then that's it. I'm not a big fan of these items either, so I don't blame them, but just to show off where they are. You do get some throwing knives. That is a down button here that we can access. Oh, I forgot that I had those souls as well. Oh well, whatever. I need to show off the grinding circuit anyways. But if you do a running jump, you can reach that platform. I've heard and seen that you can do it from the lower platform. But if you come up here, you'll get the light crossbow and standard bolt. So that's your first projectile weapon for free in the game. I've heard that you can reach it from that platform over there. I've never been able to do it, so rather than sit here and me try for a while, yeah, not gonna bother. This circuit I'm about to show, I'm a big fan of doing it. If like, let's say if you start off as deprived, if you're still trying to get used to the combat in this game, it can also be a big benefit. But over here is a bonfire that I would highly encourage any player to rest at. Great little bonfire. And there is something I do want to grind for in this area. So that's the other reason I do want to show off this grinding circuit as well. We still don't have enough souls to level up, so that's out of the question. Magic. Your magic does have limited amount of uses. So here we can see that... How many slots does it take up? 1, so we only need 1 attunement slot. How many uses do we get out of it? 5. Every time you rest at a bonfire, this will restock up to 5. So that's what that is, if you're ever curious. Kindling we still can't do because we don't have any humanity in the upper left. Although we are human, we don't have any humanity up there just yet. And I now have the hiccups. This is fantastic. But here, because of my stock, I'm able to cut him off before he even fires a bolt. And I just took supreme advantage of that. Got some more Hollow Soldier armor. Not particularly useful at the moment, but if you need to get it, that archer can drop it, so that's good to know. Good rule of thumb in this game is that if the enemy is wearing it, that is most likely what they are going to drop. So if you're looking for, in this case, this guy has a short sword, a cracked shield, cracked round shield, I think it's called, and then he has the Hollow Soldier helm, the Hollow Warrior helm, the Hollow Warrior chest, and then the Hollow Warrior waistcloth. These guys over here will have the Hollow Soldier set. They can also drop that Hollow Shield, which is one of the best shields as well. If you're able to get it as a drop, it is a magnificent shield. So if you don't feel like spending 1,000 souls, just sit here grinding these guys for a while. Get comfortable with your combat. If you want to try out any of the weapons at the vendor, this is a good place to, try out a bunch of different weapon types. Those guys can also drop spears as well, so that's another reason to value those guys. These guys can clearly drop axes, and then they're also part of the Hollow Warrior set, so nice and easy, but they're not dropping anything. That's also because we have 0 humanity. Here, what I'm actually going to do, I got this, and I don't really remember where, but we are going to use up a bunch of souls. And the Soul of a Proud Knight is actually going to give us an additional 2,000, which is actually very large. I was not aware. And as you can see, I've already like restockpiled up on these things, and this is something that's annoying this game. And one of the things I saw recently is somebody was saying it'd be great if you could break down an entire stack if there was like a button combination you could press.
Then go ahead. Never hurts to splurge when your days are numbered.
I didn't mean to cut him off. I love him. But so here, like, that's a very easy way. If you need to buy more things, if you need more souls to level up, is just break down a bunch of those souls real fast. Because we are going to do a little bit of a shopping spree here. I'm going to buy one of everything here because I do really fancy this set quite a bit. There's no new weapons I really want. The Reinforced Club is actually very tempting, except that I said I'm going for a dex build, so I'd rather not play with a non-dex weapon, even though that would get me... Actually, you know what? That's a lie. That's going to carry me for a while, so I am going to indeed play with that. Dex builds can be a little rough to start off with. I'm also going to buy the Resonance Key and the Bottomless Box, and if you really do some grinding, you can buy a Repair Box. That way you don't have to worry about Repair Powder every time you want to repair your weapon. Although 500 is not a whole lot, and there's other ways to...
Oh, thank you very much. Come back soon.
However, if you choose to kill him, if you straight up attack him and eliminate him, he does have a weapon called the Uchikatana, which is a slashing thrust weapon. It's a samurai sword. So if you really like samurai swords, I would say buy any armor or any weapons, shields, and bow and arrows from him that you'd like. And the Bottomless Box from him. After that, he really doesn't sell anything amazing. He does sell the Soapstone, which I did buy from him. I have a bad tendency never to use this thing, ever. This is how you would write messages in the game. You press square, you can write a message, you can rate the last message that you read. You can plus or minus it. If you plus it, I believe whoever wrote it gets 1 humanity added to them. I'm not 100% sure. In Demon Souls, a lot more people would leave messages because it was like the first time they were playing the game, and you would get your health refilled. So there were times that you were in the midst of combat and you would see your health go 100 back up to full. Oh, right, I don't have the proper stats for that. Very good thing to check out. Do you have to be locked onto an enemy to parry, riposte, or backstab? No, you do not. Again, here we have time to heal. We're not in any type of danger. Nothing's impending on us. It's not PvP, so I'm going to use the Healing Miracle. It's a bit slower, but it doesn't use up an Estus Flask. And same thing, if you're playing multiplayer, if there's other people in your room, there's benefits to healing yourself, and only yourself, versus using up an Estus Flask, which heals everybody. Because if everybody doesn't need it, you're essentially wasting that Estus Flask, in my opinion. That's not always the case, and sometimes if you don't have the Heal Miracle, and the Heal Miracle is not necessarily worth it either. Like, I mean, that's just an extra 5 healing to yourself real fast. There's somebody kindled the bonfire, and I did get what I was aiming for. I was just about to make a comment that I did not. Here you actually see my poise goes down from wearing this chainmail compared to the soldier armor. However, a lot of my other benefits go up. The few things go down, and those things actually don't matter to me all that much. A lot of those things is not what I'm counting on this armor for, but that base defense is what I am counting on it for. These black leather gloves actually do have a very high defensive stat for so early in the game, but they do have no poise. So they are very light, so they are a good glove if you're looking for a really light build to upgrade them. I don't know how they compare in terms of other gloves, but in terms of first time starting out the game, they're a pretty good set for keeping you light and have some pretty great base defenses. But here we go, and that guy's got a huge frickin' sword. But here, the important thing is, in the upper left-hand corner, we got a Humanity. Now, Humanity is easier to obtain the lower level you are. You collect little bits of it by every kill that you do, for every soul that you collect. So if you ever try to do a low level playthrough of the game, you'll actually notice yourself finding humanity quite frequently. Versus if you constantly level up, I mean, you will be getting pieces of it, but you're not going to notice it as frequently as when you were low level. Because I find when I'm low level, I can farm up humanity a little too easy. Here you also see that I am like 15 souls short of leveling up, so I should probably go out there and kill something and just level up. I'm not gonna. Not gonna do